Okay, welcome back, magician. But congratulations, because you just called in your highest timeline. That's if we are really being honest, you just called in your highest timeline. You just timeline jumped. You just shifted. You had to learn something painful, painful. It was like a painful lesson, a painful truth. Okay? And although you didn't want to accept it, this is you accepting it. This is you starting over. This is you calling back your power. This is you telling yourself, you know what, I have everything that I need and I'm more than good. Okay? Yeah, I feel like somebody had to like whew, because that old chapter for so long was trying to die out, and I feel like somebody was holding on to some type of memories, maybe certain memories, certain people. You had to learn the lesson, okay? Because of course, yeah, you had to go within. You had to learn something painful, and it's yeah. Welcome back, baby. A new you has emerged. A new you has emerged, and it's because of some painful lesson that you had to learn. This just called in your highest timeline. I want you to type that in the comments. I called in my highest timeline because it's true. Okay, a lot of you had to learn painful lessons. A lot of you had to see it to believe it. A lot of you had to feel, or maybe you thought you healed from something, and then maybe a lot of you revisited something, or whatever the case may be. And you realize, wait, this still hurts. I still have to heal from this. I still have to accept this. Like, there's some form of acceptance. When the hermit shows up, it's like, okay, I accept that I have to disconnect for a little while. I accept that I have to learn more. I accept my solitude. It's like you're choosing your solitude this time, or learning how to reserve your energy, not in an unhealthy way. I feel like that's what you were so used to, isolating in an unhealthy way when you are going through things. Okay, so what's the outcome here? It's Eight of Swords. Why is this here as the outcome? Eight of Swords into the High Priestess. Hello. You're not stuck. You're not crazy. 333 as I say this. Your intuition was trying, like, I feel like your intuition was begging you to listen. But instead, you danced. I'm hearing it just like this. You danced with anxiety, and that was a little bit of a dangerous dance. Okay. If you are around certain people, places, and things, and your anxiety starts to flare up, this is like your heart beating so fast. You're not feeling good. Your nervous system flared up, or whatever the case may be. If it feels like that, it's not for you. But if it feels soft, if it feels gentle, if it feels like you could be yourself, that is for you. But your intuition is always going to show you which one it is. It's either anxiety or it's either intuition, period. But baby, you called in your highest timeline. I can't make that up. You called in your highest timeline because you literally had to like, and then be reborn. Like, this is giving, I had to go through this. I had to go through the transformations, through the growing pains. I had to accept the truth. I had to leave this behind me. I have to close this chapter into the, hello, I'm back. I was down figuring it out. I was figuring it out. What you think this is? This is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. But I will say, you are not in survival mode anymore. I feel like you were so used to chaos that you thought it was normal. You thought like you're supposed to feel like this. You thought that this is what life was about. Until you remembered who you are. And you said, you know what? I'm going to listen to myself this time. I don't need to talk all the time. I don't need to always have an answer. I'm going to observe. And I'm going to take this information and apply it where it needs to be applied to. But in a spiritual sense. How does my body feel? How does my mind feel? How does my heart feel? Everything, baby. Everything. Okay? Pomegranates could be significant. I'm getting cherries and a lot of strawberries. Well, it's funny because we're having a strawberry full moon in Sagittarius. So a lot of fruits, maybe like red fruits could be significant. Okay, so that's like apples, strawberries. The color red could be significant. Cherry. Going within is never a bad thing. You just called in your highest timeline. Now it's like, are you ready to be like a freaking, like, it's like you listening to your intuition, your discernment is on vet level, like nobody. Even like the littlest of things, you know. Like you're like a freaking detective or something. Like, are you a detective? Are like detectives looking at my You're like a detective. You're like a, ooh. I feel like a lot of you guys are like multi-talented, like, or multi like career. Like you want to do, like, you see yourself doing more than one thing. You want to be like a police officer, and then you change your mind to become a nurse because you're so like caring and good with people. And it's like that other side of you that wanted to be the police officer was like that, like I'll be strong if I have to. You know what I mean? Then it's like, you know, like multi-talented, I would say. Multi-talented, multi-gifted, multi-passionate. That's what it is. Okay, look at that mission work. That's what it is. You here for a reason, baby. You called in your highest timeline. I can't make that up. Hello. What are we doing here? Believe in yourself. That was definitely not serving you. And I'm telling you, if y'all don't listen, if you don't take, if your self-respect has to be stronger than your feelings, or you gonna feel like this. Okay? Listen to yourself. Don't listen to that old version of yourself that told yourself like, this is normal, this is normal. No, you deserve the best. And you know that. Or maybe you needed that reminder. Okay? Just don't forget to get your floor washes on my TikTok shop. My floor washes are about 8 ounces, and they're made with peppermint, eucalyptus, rosemary, camphor, orange flower water, cinnamon, palo santo, clove, oregano, lemongrass. You know, I had to put the powerhouses in here because, listen, I'm really big on spiritual health. But yes, you guys, I love you guys so much.